Om Shanti. Om Shanti. I think that each one of you thinking, reflecting, trying to understand, and lot is happening since last night. Baba was expressing so much love for each one of us. No? Said Baba yesterday, yes, okay, was expressing lots of love for each one of us. And he was giving us such lovely titles. My sweet children, my beloved children, children who have thought of self-transformation. Baba used the word Raj Dulare, Ladle, many beautiful words. And I was just thinking that we all need that, need to listen and need to feel and to experience. But also I think we all also have lot of love for Baba. Baba has lot of love for us. We all have lot of love for Baba. Yesterday, the way Baba began Murli, a very important question comes in the mind that should I have all attainments so that I can have contentment, or is it contentment which brings all attainments? It's a different formula, because I know that one of the themes which we had been talking since 1 or 2 years is that abundance and generosity. So the question comes that is it when I have abundance that I have generosity, or is it my generosity which brings abundance? So I thought that this was a similar kind of quote yesterday Baba gave, is that when there is contentment, there will be all attainments. Generally we say that when I have all attainments, there will be contentment. Did you find it different? So first I need to have contentment, but from where my contentment will come? So Baba gave 2 answers for that. One is that when you belong to Father, then inheritance is yours. And when inheritance is yours, that means you have all Baba's treasures as your inheritance. So deeply within that, whatever Baba has, he has given me as inheritance. It belongs to me. And because it belongs to me, so I have already so many treasures, so I should have contentment. And based on that contentment, then all other attainments will also come. Even the way yesterday Baba described inheritance was little bit in a different way. Baba said, your inheritance actually, you remember? To be like Baba, to be Bab Saman. Your inheritance is to be like Bab Saman. That was very interesting. I know that lot can be really churned and thought about what it means to have, what contentment means actually. That definition we can, in our experience, in our reflections, we can churn on. But I like the 5 aspects which Baba was bringing out about how that contentment should be part of me. One is nature of contentment. There should be natural nature of contentment. And you must have seen that each personality, some personalities have this contentment. And it doesn't matter what they have not, but they have, because there is a saying in Path of Bhakti also, that Santosh Dhan hai, is contentment is like wealth. So to have contentment in nature, And if there is contentment, definitely there are no waste thoughts because there is contentment. There will not be comparison, jealousy, because contentment in nature is very important. And secondly, Baba said that contentment also is power. We always say contentment is a virtue, but yesterday Baba said santushta ki shakti, power of contentment. So we have to churn on that is it my contentment, my nature? And secondly, is contentment, the power of contentment is in me. And thirdly, Baba also mentioned that your stage should be stage of contentment. Because when he describes about a stage, Baba compares the stage to a seat. And he wants us to stay set on that seat and be detached observer from that seat. Not only just be detached observer, but detached observer from that seat. So how do I have, how many times during day, whenever we're listening, interacting, just sit on the seat of the stage of contentment. And thirdly, Baba said, santushta ek den hai. It's a gift. It's not that everyone would want to have contentment, everyone would want to stay content, but it's a den. Den means it's a gift from Baba. So one has to churn on also that how do I get that gift from Baba? So that whatever happens, I stay very much, as Baba said, if you have contentment, you will be also very stable. So the fourth thing which we have to remember is that is contentment, which is a gift. Do I have that gift in my life? And fifth, Baba described contentment is the light which you have to spread all over the world. So if you think of contentment into all these 5 aspects, right? First as nature, second as power, it's a gift, it's a stage, and fourth is that it's also light. So I thought that it's very good to, until Baba comes, to have these exercises, practice. Sometimes sit on the seat, sometimes just appreciate that, I have this gift, so I don't easily get discontent and I don't get wasteful thoughts. Because if I have to be that image of contentment where Baba said that, then your face will be always very cheerful, will be smiling. Not only that, but contentment, Baba connected yesterday with sweetness. And he said sweetness is greatness. Because when there is contentment, then it's not easy to be quickly hurt or be bitter or be critical. And there is natural quality in which, as Baba said, that sweetness in your words, there will be sweetness into your drishti, there will be sweetness in your attitude. And that sweetness will be expressed in relationships and contexts. So this connection of when there is contentment, then there is this sweetness, or in a gentle way, you don't have to be forceful. So force also comes from lack of contentment. No? So sweetness and not be forceful, because some people, even when they have to say something, they say it, even one is of course something when someone does wrong, but even generally they say it with so much force, as if, sometimes we say we are listening. You can say gently, you can say nicely, but internally some kind of frustration, some kind of, subtle anger emerges. So if you look at both the qualities of having sweetness in our nature, because especially these days, all over the world, people have so many problems, and when they come to the center or they meet you anywhere, somebody was sharing, just came from New York, that She travels by train and everyone only is talking about, what's going to happen, how I'm going to pay my mortgage, how I'm going to pay, what will happen to my pension plan, and everyone is only talking about that. So that will be general, as Baba said, there will be lot of this turmoil and commotion and disturbance, but your contentment, that's why, remember that a few years ago we also had a stock crash, I was thinking, a few years ago, and it was on day of Diwali. So people start calling us that, are you going to celebrate Diwali, because world has declared Diwala. So are you going to do Diwali? And we had actually Meenu, Arjun, some of them also in New York, and they also said, but why not? Because why we won't celebrate Diwali? And again it's happened during Diwali time, when everyone had planned to spend and to, whatever, do it, but they are shaken. So, as Baba said, the true service now really will come through, as Baba used the word, that from your face, chehra, and the way you interact with others, chalan. It's like contentment should be visible in a way, so that when they look at your face, what happened? Why you all not disturbed? You're not concerned? We should also be concerned. You have so many establishments, so many centers. We all have to pay bills, isn't it? It's not only they have to pay bills, but they will look at our face. So Baba said, chehra, your face will do service. And secondly, Baba said, also the way we conduct ourselves. You do not make drastic changes suddenly and say, no, now because we're not sure what will happen, so you won't get toli, or you're not going to, or we start, but our way we interact and the way it is that hope in them, or even they start seeing, as Baba said, the light is spread and they are able to be stable in their stage also. But then Baba also was very beautifully describing, if there is contentment, there are many attractions, many qualities will be attracted. So Baba says, when there is contentment, all specialities will automatically come. It's very easy to listen, right? It's very easy to listen that all specialities will come. But I have to experiment it. Okay, I was very content, there was a lot of contentment. What speciality did I experience? What speciality came? And then secondly, Baba said that when there is contentment, it's not only, but you will be able to change circumstances through your stage. There will be circumstances, adverse circumstances, different circumstances, but through your stage of contentment, you will be able to bring that transformation. But also Baba mentioned that how, if you are seated on the seat of contentment and you are detached observer, what will you watch? You will have a lot of entertainment. Baba used word manoranjan. A lot of entertainment. You will be watching different games of Maya and also of the nature. Because sometimes natural calamities, floods, the nature shows different forceful ways. And sometimes it's Maya plays tricks and different things happen, and then, how many of you have been entertained by Maya and nature? How many of you have felt entertainment seeing this is happening? Because, we are so used to listening to forecast in the morning. I remember that in New York, tomorrow morning 6 there will be snowstorm and it's going to be this one. I said, but still we will do class, still we will do everything. But there are some people, they always talk about today is going to be then very windy, tomorrow is going to be, it's like you go by that. I remember that I don't have too many experiences, but one came in my, there must be many, but one came in my mind. When we were in Peace Village, because we are so exposed to nature, mountains and so open land and so much forest all around. So whenever there is thundering and rain, it's so strong that you are sleeping in your room, but you feel like you are in the midst of, it's like you are under sky, with all this thundering and lightning. But first time I felt such a friendship with that, I just felt that what's going to happen to me, like I'm part of them, and very entertaining, as Baba was saying. And I felt there was a reconciliation which was happening within me with lightning and thundering and, heavy rains, but it was like you just feel that it's not from the sky, it's so close to you. So it's true that if, we are seated on this seat of contentment and be detached observer, then the nature and the Maya acts will be like entertainment. I saw that many of you raised the hands because many places you all must have experienced some calamities, some various situations, and also how Maya acts. Maya will act by bringing a situation or someone's temper, someone's sanskar, someone, to feel entertained. I thought that's something, we have to get very much used to, because so much will be happening that if you really look at anything as it is and not feel entertained, it could be very strong on you. The effect could be very strong. So I thought that Baba provided us this throne or the seat of contentment. And I feel that since last night, since morning, you must have, some of you, tried to practice and see, are you feeling that you are being entertained, or stress comes, or why shouldn't be like this, it should be like that. No, but we say, no, it's all scenes of drama. It's also, people go to watch movies, and this is real one, It's real drama, so why don't we enjoy real drama? Why we have to keep saying drama? Because we understand that it's drama. So I thought that when Baba says that how it's the contentment which will, you create these different kind of experiences. Baba said it's very, very easy for most of you to stay content, but to make everyone satisfied. 99 souls will be happy with you, but still maybe one soul will always say, no, you're not right, this is not this, or maybe few. And you will find that if 10 of us sitting, or there are 20, or in the family, one person is not satisfied, it really disturbs the whole energy, disturbs the atmosphere. Just one person not being happy. So then if we talk about that, or think about why this person is not happy, why there is lack of contentment, or whatever it is, what is important at that time, Baba says, was that you have to hold on to the atmosphere. Vayumandal. Baba said that atmosphere has to be of contentment. Even if one person or few, they do not experience contentment. And for that, it is very, very important that we should have good wishes, we should have attitude, our drishti, everything should be, as Baba says, pure and elevated, so that the influence of that soul is not affecting the atmosphere. Rather, what's happening is that through our powerful vibrations, our pure drishti and elevated thoughts, we are able to maintain the atmosphere of contentment. Because according to drama, whether it's situations or settling of karmic accounts or whatever happens, Because there has to be, let's say, I found that, this morning I thought it's, contentment. For me, I thought it's very easy because I am content. But it's strongly something will come in front of you where that other person is completely not happy, discontent. And immediately I said, but Baba had said, do it quickly so that it doesn't spread, you have to hold on, you have to create that kind of atmosphere, which is very, very important. And for that, Baba gave us a beautiful slogan, which we all have to remember, that we all want to be the bead of the rosary of victory. I have to be a victorious soul. Victory is important, whatever is happening. But if I'm able to maintain my stage, if stage is stable, I have to pass with honor. Passing with honor is very, very important. Because I was thinking that when we talk about a situation, or if it's becoming a test for me, it's not testing me, it's testing my faith. Sometimes testing my tolerance, it's testing my patience, testing my sweetness. So test is really coming to see that are you really stable, as Baba said, that Baba's children and Brahmin dictionary shouldn't have words sometimes now, but it should be ever. So when I say I'm ever like this, as soon as you say within 1 hour, sometimes as soon as you say it and something happens and you say, but what happened now? I thought I am so stable into this quality, and it's shaken. So that's why I saw many of you raised hand, right? How many of you raised hand that you are always stay content? How many of you raised hand? No one? No one? Yeah, I'm seeing some hands, that's great. I didn't. I thought, because I always thought for myself that I have contentment, but when he says always, ever, but then he didn't give permission. He said, no, in Brahmin dictionary there is nothing like sometimes. So there is no choice, But, so situations will come more and more strong, diverse, in a very different directions. To see that if I can pass with honor, if I can be stable in that, am I stable, am I firm in that? And actually if we shouldn't see it like it's as I said, the test is of your faith, there's nothing, it's just test for your faith. So you maintain it, test for your tolerance or contentment, just maintain it, stay very, very firm so that you can pass with honor. Remember one time, one of the dadis, somebody was saying certain things which were not relevant, and I just thought, I could tell him, stop it, you can't say it. And Dadiji was there, and Dadi said, hold on, And then she said that, how will I know if I have all the powers, if this person doesn't say things like that? Because that's where I'm able to use my powers. Otherwise I will think I have all powers, but when there is a situation, then I'm not able to use that. So when I am able to use it all the time, the power, it's not a situation. And that's where you pass with honor, and that's where victory comes. So this word has to be underlined, and as Baba says, for everything, if you want to be stable, then you have to have long-term practice. If there is not long-term practice, then you will not be able to stable. And anything can shake you, anything can disturb you, anything can take away your contentment. And it's very, very interesting point Baba brought it, that how Brahma Baba was able to become victorious, pass with honor. What did Baba say? Baba makes it very light and entertaining. Oh, you all love to walk hand in hand, you all like to hold hands. But he wanted to say that by following Srimad, when you are holding the hand of Srimad, That's where there is never any defeat. You will always be victorious. There had been a lot of discussion recently in our trainings and in our meetings about what exactly, when we say Srimad, who gives Srimad? I'm told by this and this senior, so is that Srimad? Sometimes we say it's Murli which is Srimad. But Srimad actually are the principles, the rules and regulations or godly laws of doing everything, whether it's action, whether it's relationship, use of wealth, everything like that. Is very clear, precise principles and set guidelines. And if we follow it, yesterday I was sharing some of the thoughts with Bharatvasi teachers, and because like Dadiji was here, so everyone was so used to going to Dadi, and Dadi, this is happening. Dadi will say, okay, yes, no, whatever. So now they say, of course, even they go to Dadis, but still they feel that, how do I know this is Shrimat or not? And this question is very commonly asked. How do I believe this is Shrimat? Is this Shrimat or not? But if we really understand the basic karmas, law of philosophy of karmas and principles and guidelines, rules, regulation, and if we do everything based on that. So I was telling them, but generally what happens, let's say you have a problem or you have a situation or you want to, kind of verify something from a senior, you go and you say, this is my situation. But rather, I remember the way Didi and Didi Mohini and, they used to train us when we were young, that you have to do your own homework first. That means you at least try to find out what are the best ways, what are the best solutions. And then you take 2, 3 maybe and say to Daddy, this is this, but this is what I am thinking, what you think. But sometimes we think they're going to fix our problems, in the sense of they will tell you, and then we say, but I'm not sure even if this is Shrimat or not. But if you yourself has reflected, you have created that clarity based on understanding of Baba's Gyan and rules and regulations, then actually you are very much prepared. You go for blessing. And it's a very beautiful way, the way Didi used to train us, that how our power to discern, our power to decide, both have the capacities have to increase so that you are clear, but also because we know that some senior has to know it, or we need some more blessings, and it's very, very important. So then definitely you go, but you find that you are almost very close to that, what direction has been given. So it's not you feel somebody is just giving you direction, but you know that in your heart that this is the answer, this is the direction. But then it comes from, because some of the things, like knowledge actually gives us all the details. Like we had been talking a lot about that we have to operate in the world based on the law of the land, but also yajna laws, godly laws. So how we follow godly laws, but also we keep ourselves into the law of the land so that the organization's image, stays very, very clean, very authentic and very transparent. So as we start understanding the law of land, and then we try to do things accordingly, whether it's accounting, whether it's registration, in the same way, there are godly laws, there are godly principles, and more we operate personal life and whatever we have to do at the center or for service, I think understanding of that is following Srimad. Of course, Baba says since morning until night, what you have to do. Like one of Baba's Srimad is, before sleeping, give chart to Baba. We start, we do it, then we forget, then we start, we do it. And I remember that it was 2-3 months ago, once in a while we bring Dadi Gulzar to speak Sunday morning class. And she was talking and she said, some nights you all are tired and you feel like going to the bed, But as soon as you are pulled towards the bed, you should say, no, I've been given chart to Baba. Sit on the chair and give the chart and then sleep. And I remember that stayed so much with me that also I am about to go to bed. And there is a chair in front. I say, oh, I haven't given charge yet. And it then becomes like a habit. It's not question of writing how many hours I remember Baba, what mistakes I made, but just sit with Baba and overall how was the day like, and if there is anything major, something, because Baba is Supreme Judge. By the night time you clear your accounts. Next morning you start again, no? So if you go to Dharamraj every night, it's better, no? Instead of accumulating and going once in a week or in the end. So every night you say, Baba, you are Father, but you are also Supreme Judge. So I brought my karmic accounts and everything, and I was honest, I was truthful, I was, so you give your chart actually. Baba, and I feel that it's very good. So I'm just saying that, as Baba was saying, it's very, very important to hold this hand of Srimad, because otherwise lot can disappear. Lot can be wasted because of karmic bondage. And we do not want at confluence age to keep settling. Because I have to settle for 63 births, but I have to earn income for 21 births too. No? So actually more time has to be spent in earning than only settling. And so how to be very clever to see that if I follow Srimad, I will be able to create my fortune, my future for 21 births. And if I do not follow, the past karmic accounts will take you in a direction where there will be loss, there will be deceit, there will be defeat. Anything can happen. So at least for me, I had been putting a lot of emphasis for myself in the class all the time. Please, now is the time. Do everything based on Srimad. And then we start revising Srimad for time, Srimad for body, Srimad for study. Everything Baba has given Srimad, these elevated directions, very, very clearly. And more we follow this protection, safety. But of course Baba said the victory which comes, pass with honor. Baba doesn't mind. He said number 808 is from Path of Bhakti. He can have a longer rosary or he can have many. You remember a few years ago he said, I can have 5, 6 rosary. No need to have only one. So when he is willing to accept us as the bead of the rosary of victory, then why don't we do that? And then one question Baba asks us, and I think we constantly do to ask ourselves is my speed and speed of time, am I behind, on time, behind the time? How do I know? A few years ago I had very clear assessment of that I am behind time, I am on time, or I am ahead of time. One time Baba said, even if you are ahead, you're not going to make it, you will have to wait until gate opens. So it's not, and I don't know if we are ahead. But to be in time is very important, not behind. And that could be two things. One is that, remember I was in a country in South America and something big was happening in India at same time, and I had a choice that should I attend this or, but then tickets are bought, halls are booked, so really there's choice but no choice because you feel that you should be there. But what I was doing at that time, I was supposed to do 2 years ago. But I couldn't do it because of time or whatever, now we can say it's already. Then I say, if I would have done that 2 years ago, then I would have been here. And since then I start thinking, am I at the right place at the right time? Am I really, even while I'm serving, am I really serving at the right place at the right time? And second thing is that whatever scene of drama comes in front of me, whatever situation comes But if it affects you, you find it's bigger than you can deal with, your mind is consumed by that, you are behind the time, because that scene had to come. Time is not going to fluctuate. We sometimes say, time is going very fast, time is going very fast. You look at clock, you think clock is running fast. When needle start jumping, you have to take off the clock, no? Time never goes really fast. You think it goes fast? Time has its rhythm and its speed and minute, second. If you look at clock, it's accurate, it has to happen. There is a fixed time for that. But if my stage is not, if I haven't made enough intense effort, that it's not equivalent, it's not matches the time. So it appears bigger. It appears like it's more, I need more power to deal with certain situation. That means I am behind in my efforts. So there are many times you can very clearly figure out that is my speed slow. Because time speed, yeah. But what Baba means time is delicate and it will change fast is that the way situations will arise were so suddenly. Who will wake up in the morning and just say that the biggest nation of the world will go through this? Who thought? We always think of ethnical conflicts, we think of bombs, we think of whatever, these kinds of things, but nobody just thinks suddenly whole thing is going to crash in such a way. So what Baba means, it will be sudden. You will not be able to figure out what will be the next. But I have to be ever ready. I cannot say, oh, I didn't expect this to happen. Ever ready in two different ways. One is that our personal life, our everything should be so sorted out. So sorted out that if both ways, if I sometimes say, if I have to leave body, am I ready? Or if I have anything, any situation, am I ever ready? And second is, as Baba said, you can get direction, you can get a call, bigger call, which is more demanding from you for your time or your whatever responsibilities you have. He said, yes, I am ever ready, why not? I will do it. So if you are in time, that means if you are not really wasting your time or thoughts, then you will find that whatever comes to you will not be a challenge. But you will accept it as you were waiting for that because you were ready for it. So this ever readiness, which Baba said, is something very, very important, because otherwise, I don't know if you will hear a big siren when Baba is about to go. Yeah? Will he say, okay, I'm going now, children, there is a big siren or no? He will quietly go. He will quietly go, because when he has to go, he will go. But he said, one call you will get and you will be able to go with me, and that feeling will come, it's time to go. Even Baba said two ways. One thing he said that you will get order and you have to be, Nashtuma, Simirti, Labda, awareness, and also be free from detached or free from attachment. But on the other side also, Baba said the practice of bodiless stage is very important. Because when you are in bodiless stage, Baba is also bodiless. So that connection which is there. Even when we have to sometimes come to Madhuban or we are prepared, sometimes say, should I go, not go? So this ever readiness, the practice of ever readiness, and Determination, of course there is determination. Why we will want to go when Baba has left? What we will do here? Hmm? We don't want to go in wedding procession. We want to be received well. We want to go with Baba. So if I want to go with Baba, then Baba said that bodiless stage is something very, very important. And I know since morning so many came to me, few minutes, I said, what? Can you tell what's bodiless stage? Can you tell exactly what's bodiless stage? How do you practice bodiless stage? There are many different, because some say what's the difference between soul consciousness and bodiless stage. Because soul consciousness is also bodiless stage. But what Baba meant when Baba says bodiless stage, also some souls, so since morning we had been churning, sharing that. But one of my practice since few months had been Lord to, bodiless is of course, I am soul, I am separate from the body. But when I am leaving, I am bodiless, actually I want to be in my original and eternal stage. In my Adi Anadi Sarup, in my true sense, true way, in that total truth, in that total purity. So if the practice has to be so often, bodiless stage is a big power actually, big power if it's accumulated. In which you will find that many situations, many physical, you have pain in the body, this happened, that happened, all that, lot can be really taken care of by bodiless stage also, because the energy which flows, the power which comes, which goes through your system, is definitely a big healing which happens, and lot of power, as I said, energy comes. But also it has to be that stage of perfection, no? That completeness, sampanta Baba says, and sampuranta. So bodiless is not that I am separate from body, I am detached from the body, but that's just the practice. But it has to be like you in your original eternal self, but that complete being, that complete with all qualities, total purity, total. So the attention really is, because there are two ways. One is what I create through my awareness, through my consciousness, through my practice, which I should do more and more. And second is what I have accumulated also. There is a lot of sensitivity, different kind of sensitivity when there is body consciousness. But when you are bodiless, your sensitivity is so pure that what it catches, the signals, the vibrations or directions, being bodiless, that capacity increases in a very, very beautiful way. And I feel that when Baba said do long-term practice, so that when Baba gives direction, children, be embodiment of self-awareness and free from conqueror of attachment. Because I think that the last and the first most important attachment, which is so inbuilt in the soul, is with the body. With bodily relationships, with material objects, everything, a time comes. Soul has distaste, soul is free, but with the body is the main bondage actually of the soul. So whether to take care of the body or whether to leave body, this bodiless stage actually is very much required. So I find that, Baba, when he speaks, he touches many, many layers within us, many, many things he unfolds and he put into us, whether it's love, whether it's belonging, whether, how much Baba cares for us, then brings us, no, but still you have to make efforts. Still you have to do this because you want to go with me, then you have to be ready. So I find that giving us by the title of not double foreigners but double effort makers. No, Baba called us double effort makers. So some people say, but I really want to do fast effort. I said, what is fast effort? The quality of effort you can increase. Like thought, you improve the quality of the thought, and when you improve the quality of thought, the production which happens from that thought is 10 times or 100 times. But if the thought is ordinary, you might have 10 and even single doesn't work. But when it's elevated, even single one bring the result equivalent to 100 thoughts. So we're not fast and quantity wise, of course that's important, but the quality of effort. So as much the quality of effort is more subtle, more going beyond. And also before the soul leaves, that perfection is not something which is merged there, but it has to be visible into the emerged form also. Because if I haven't manifested, embodiment and manifestation goes together, no? If I sit and I feel really I'm perfect, I'm really feeling good. But then in doing, to integrate to my talk, my walk, my personality, everything should show that perfection. That means your embodiment. Awareness is a process, but that awareness in actions, that also has to be, counted for, because then that's more real. If I sit here and I feel very angelic, and as soon as I get up I don't feel angelic. So the quality of effort has to be more subtle, more pure, more divine. So we take one step and it's equal to 10 steps. But if you always think to take 10 steps, sometimes you might cope up or not. But the quality when is increased. So that's really, I feel that there's nothing like fast efforts, but when Baba says double effort maker means paying attention to actions and awareness, words and awareness, relationship and awareness. That means awareness is getting elevated, but that is also visible into my day-to-day actions and day-to-day life, so that it's kind of double. Like we say Om Shanti, you can say Om Shanti with love, you can say Om Shanti very joyfully, and you can also say Om Shanti, it's like, okay, I have to say Om Shanti, I said it. And there is a quality, how you say Om Shanti even. So this way, looking at the nature of, like some people, they make choice, they always say this one has a very quality selection. So same is quality in our efforts. And that definitely, when listen to Baba, understand what Baba is saying. That is why there are two things. One is to imbibe and other is to inculcate. If my imbibing is accurate when I'm listening, imbibing, then my inculcation will also be accurate. Otherwise there will be gap between understanding and inculcation. So I imbibe knowledge, then I inculcate knowledge, and then I integrate. All three steps are very, very important. So this way, when Baba talks of fast effort, double effort, because we had this whole week, everyone was saying, I have so much to do. I have so much to do, I don't get time for my practice, I don't get personal time. But time, I don't think there is any problem with time. But it's really how do you manage your time, how do you plan your time is something very important. I always say that time cannot be stretched. Your body cannot be, physical energy cannot be stretched, but soul's power can be extended as much you want. And that we forget, so we try to fight with the time, sometimes we try to fight with the body, but we forget that it's only the soul's capacity can increase. It's only the soul which can increase the power, and from there the time and the body will be not only used, but you will feel that, yes, I am timely, I have enough time, wake up in the morning, I am fresh, when I sleep, everything like, just imagine, during Brahma Baba's time what our life was, a small organization, and within so many years, it's such an expansion. I was telling someone that we have, every night, we have this song, Sleep, Bride Sleep. No, what is it? Rajkumari, Sleep, Princess Sleep. Every night. So I had told them, that let's do it at 10. And when you listen to that song in the bed, you really feel it. That as a princess or prince you are sleeping. But nobody comes from, by the time everyone comes, the song is playing. So first we put at 9:30, then we put at 10, and everyone said, let's do at 10:30. So we say maybe we start doing at 12, but during Baba's time there was a time when princes had to sleep, And when that song really, when you listen while you have gone in the bed, you feel it, like sometimes I feel in my whole body like this Roopnagar and this is where Baba is and I'm a princess, or wake up in the morning, Jag Sajaniya Jag. So sometimes it's necessary to see how we have framework of time, we have framework for everything, but how do we manage it? So everything is done so that everyone looks very fresh, very charged, and there is always enthusiasm and there is lightness, and there is no burden. So I think again it will come to, as I said, practice is everything. So we will have, if we do 25 minutes bodiless, we might return, home. It's a long time. But what we could do is, as Baba said in the Murli, that mainly what effort you have to do is only one line, right? And he said, consider yourself to be soul and remember Baba. But as I was mentioning, that this whole experience of your original eternal self gives you so much joy. And you can stay there 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And it's a bodiless stage, but there's so much joy. Just imagine that I am what I am, truly I am, and that's what you are feeling. So for that, each one of you have knowledge, you can use it, your practice. But I just generally take 3 words. And I want to just be that, want to totally be that. And deepen that experience as much, because that's where really many unfolded petals of perfection emerges very beautifully. And that's one thought is about my own self as point of light. Because in the center of forehead, where I am not diverted on left or right, because we are always on left and right, we look here, we look there, we look here. It's only when we are sitting here, how many times Daddy Janki sometimes say, why are you looking here, why are you looking there? Because we have such a habit of turning left and right, but we need to be in the center. Because they say when you are really in the center, that's where your light, your aura emerges in a very beautiful way. Otherwise it's tilted on left side or right side. When people also sit, we all have tendency that we are bent more on left side, bent more on right side. So that's why it's important that we all sit straight, mm, and let your feet and your back and everything be straight so that you are lighter, your breathing is good, and total focus in the center of forehead, and not just creating these thoughts that I am light. But take that, it's all around you. You are not only light, then you are a flame. You are not only a flame, but you are, just keep go and take it deeper, as deep you want to go. And you will feel that how much, deep experience come from just this. And it's not an intellectual exercise, it's not a thought, but that's what you are. You're touching your own self as you are. So we will practice. I will just, I just not say many words, but few words I will say, but we can meditate now. There needs to be attention, but also very relaxed. And very gradually as you draw your attention to discover, to feel, to be, this sparkling, beautiful, a point of light. As I become aware of my own self as this point of light, the sparkle, the rays of this light start radiating. My inner space, there is light, only light. as this light radiates within and reaches every part of your body. From this point of light, I become the image of light. As I go deeper in silence, the truth and the sweetness of the self is experienced. One of the most important energy within this light is love. Just total love. There is experience of the quality of peace. this living idol, a light, is in this temple of body. Even the costume becomes angelic, costume of light. In this bodiless stage, I feel the presence that closeness, a likeness with Baba. There is very sweet remembrance